mind, I'm rolling really, really bad at the moment, but that's how you know me, right? Hey everyone, this is Thecos. Today I will give you my review of Express Cross, published by Playte Games. First of all, a huge thanks to them for providing me with this review copy so I can show the game to you. The review will be split into two parts today. First, I will show you how to play this little roll and write, and then I will just give you my opinion on it. So, without much further ado, before we get started, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's do this. All right, there we go. Yeah, I know it's always a little bit jarring when the camera is this close for a small game and then this huge this huge teacup is in the frame, but well, that's the way it is. All right, so what is Express Cross? Well, Express Cross is a little roll, right? It's very, very simple. I can just, there's no setup needed, right? So all you have when you open this box is like this notepad, this pad here with all of these sheets. It's like pretty cool because you have like this little corner in here, right? Because you don't need it on the sheet where like the dice exactly fit in there. That is a pretty cool thing. So let's just take this out. Then like each player gets like one of these sheets. They are like the ones that are also on the cover here, the green ones, but there are also like different ones. We have also like the ones here in space, right? And then we also have the dual ones. That's like my favorite one. You know what? Let's take one of those today. So let me just put that one right here. And then we also take the dice out like this. We have like the regular blue dice here and also like the special clear dice. Let me put this here to the side. Actually, let me put this right here in the center so the logo doesn't disturb too much. All right. And then also, of course, everybody needs a pen. We put on the date. So today is November 6, 25, and this is Sir Thecos. All right, cool. So how does this game work? Actually, it's very, very simple. So players take turns rolling. Each player has like a sheet in front of them, and then the first player starts by just rolling one die, just like that. That's an 8. So that 8 can now be placed anywhere in this grid here. Right? So you see there's this large vertical line, this large horizontal line. And you can place it anywhere. Our goal is to have like an ascending, like the longest ascending chains of numbers. Ascending does not mean that there needs to be a sequence of numbers, right? So I can have like 1, 4, 8, 12, 15, 18, 21. That would be one perfect sequence, right? And without it dropping down again. If you have the same number, that's fine, right? The same number is totally fine. So if I have like here 1, 4, 8, 8, 10, that's also still like a run. And you see here, like depending on how many you have at the end of the game, you gain points. Be careful. There are like a few numbers like 5, 9, and 12 where actually your score drops again, right? So I don't want to have like 5 here. I either want to have 4, 6, or 7 at best, right? Yeah, and there's like one number that is like for the horizontal and the vertical line. That is it, right? So the first player rolls that. So an 8, I think would be okay to actually put in maybe here, like this, right? And then the next player takes 2 dice. So now 2 dice are rolled, and that's a 7. So I would probably put that in here. Then it's the next player's turn, which also could be me again, right? Depending on like how many players play. And that would be, and like takes like 1 extra die, and now that's 18. Ooh, where would I put that? Let me put the 18 maybe. I'll put like a 9 to 12, something in here maybe. Let me put an 18 maybe here, like this. And then the next player will take 4 dice, like this. This would be a 21. Let me just put that, I don't know, let me put that here, like this. And the next player will take 5 dice. So you see like these dice, like always increase until they don't anymore in just a moment. So that is 17, which would make sense to put here, right? Just like there. And the next player can take 6 dice, right? Because there are only 5 blue ones. So the next player will start back with 1 die. Roll that one, which is a 4. I will just place that one here. And the next player would then take 2 again. And we would like repeat all of that again until, well, you already guessed it, until like all of these have been filled. So there is one more rule, one optional rule. You can also include this clear die here. It's kind of hard to see on camera, I think. But essentially, there is like a -3, like -3, -5, -7, but also a 2, 4, 8, and I don't know if these are all. I think I mentioned all of them. So there are like different die values here. So what you can do in this optional variant is whenever you have to roll your dice, for example, like the next player now has to roll 2 dice, that you also add this one to it, right? So it would be -5. So 8 minus 5 is 3. So that's only a 3 instead of an 8, right? It's also possible to drop below 0 with that. That would be 4 minus 5 is -1. That would be, of course, all the way up there, for example, right? Or to the left here, if there were any spots. And that is how you play the game. You play until all of these spots are filled, and then you will like count them all up together. So let's just quickly do that. You know what? Let's leave the optional die out. Let's just roll with these dice. We now have to roll 3 dice. That is 11 here. Let me put the 11 right here. So I will it's like almost like a solo demo playthrough here, right? That's 4, 8, 11, that's 12. I will put that one right here. Then one more die. I almost forgot about that. 4, 8, 10, that's 12 again. Remember, you can have the same number next to each other. That's still fine. Then one die again, that's a 4. Let me put that one, of course, right here. 2 dice. We have a 10, which I can only place here for it to make sense. 3 dice would be a 5. So I cannot place the 5 anywhere where it makes sense, right? So what I will do, I will just put the 5. You know what? Let me put the 5 right. So I don't want 12 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 14 is the maximum, of course. So I want either less or more than 12. So I will put the 6 right. No, not the 6. The 5 right here. Hoping that I will have like another small run here. All right. So what else do we have here? 2, 4, 6. Oh man, I'm rolling really, really bad at the moment, but that's how you know me, right? So all 5 dice. That's 15. That is 19, which fits very well in here. All right, now back to 1 die. Oh, this is I didn't think of that. A 1. Let me put the 1 right here. 2. That's an 11, which I will put right here. That is an 8, which I cannot really place anywhere, right? So let me place the 8. Yeah, I guess let me place it here. Okay. So you can't place numbers really anywhere, right? You just want to like try to have runs. That is a 12. I can place it up here again. That's fine. And now for the last roll, which is a 16, 18, 19, 23, which perfectly goes in here. And with that, the game is over. Of course, like everybody would have filled that in. We would have taken turns rolling the dice. So now we look for the runs. They're actually called differently here, but I'm just going to call them runs for now. So let's just take a look at this one first. That's the easiest one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 7, right? So we check here. That's 70 points. So we just put that here. 70. I hope you can kind of see it. Then we go here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like ascending numbers, right? Oh no, I missed that. See, that's also very bad. I missed it. That 9 is also bad. Yeah, but I could have done it differently if I wanted to, right? But that's 40 only, right? And then here, 1. Here we have a run of 2. That is just 3 points. And a run of 3 is just 10 points. So, and like all together, then we count all of that up. That means now we have 123 points, which is not great, right? The maximum you can have is 230 plus the 70. Yeah, you can have 300 points maximum, right? So 123 is very bad because I messed that up. Had I just made like one number less at least here, then I would have had 50 points more, but that's the way it is. So, well, that already was my short showcase of Express Cross and how it works. But what do I think of it? Well, let me tell you in my review. Express Cross is a very simple roll and write, and it instantly reminded me of Quicks, which is a compliment because Quicks is one of those elegant little games that just work. This is a game you can play with almost anyone. It's incredibly approachable and works even with people who don't usually play many board games. You can explain it in just a few sentences and everyone will be ready to go immediately. It plays fast, it's light, and there's essentially no player limit, which makes it great for larger groups as well. The components are good, and I like that there are different like sheet designs here, which adds a bit of variety, even if it's just visual. The dice are nice too, but the coolest thing by far is the box design. It has, like, as I showed you, the small corner cutout here in the sheets where you can place the dice. That is such a clever touch. The main mechanism is also really clever. Since you're rolling a different number of dice each round, it's harder to plan ahead, and it creates a nice balance between strategy and tactics. Although it leans more towards the tactical side. It's such a small mechanism, but it adds a lot to the game, and I really enjoy that. Yep, you can also see like one of my other scores here, which was really, really bad as well. And what I also like is that there are like 3 of these numbers that actually give you less points, right? So you need to like try kind of plan around that as well. That gives you more tactical layers, but also increases like the luck you need in the game. For all solo gamers out there, this game does not come with a solo mode. But I suppose you could play it solo just like I did, much like Quicks. If you'd like to know how that works for Quicks, watch the video on my channel to see how I play it solo, and I guess you could also like kind of transfer that over here. Is this a deep or thinky game for hardcore gamers? Definitely not. But it doesn't need to be. Express Cross is a compact, quick and easy to carry roll and write that you can just pull out and play anytime. If you like games like Quicks that are light, accessible and fun, this might scratch that same itch and be a nice addition to your collection. Well, that concludes my showcase and review of Express Cross. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, a special shout out to my amazing patrons. The biggest thanks go to Thecos for supporting me at the highest tier. I truly appreciate that. You can support me by watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, supporting me on Patreon, and join my Discord server to hang out with me and my truly wonderful community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video or my Discord server. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and cheers.